Hey, what's up guys, it's Gage here with Pro Play Games, and today we have yet another market watch video. Seems like we just had one maybe like 2 weeks ago or something, but the market's been going absolutely bonkers as we have more cards released from RATE, that's the acronym for the set, the next set in the OCG after Invasion of Venom. A whole bunch of new archetypes and everything have been released, and one of which is absolutely insane, and you'll see a lot of cards get hiked up because of it. It's Junishishi. I'm going to pronounce it like that throughout the whole video. If it's wrong, I'm sorry, but I can't pronounce that correctly. I know a lot of people can't either. But Junishishi is the archetype that's been really causing a lot of price jumps and everything, and you can expect this deck to be absolutely bonkers when it's released here in the TCG. I'll go over those when we get to those cards, which is actually one we're starting with, which is XYZ Gift. XYZ Gift, as you can see here, prices actually went up all the way to around $15 for copies. Like the Ultimate Rares, you couldn't find them any less than $15, maybe just a couple days ago. But now they finally stabilized a little bit, and they're coming down to at least a reasonable price. This is released all the way back in Photon Shockwave, never has gotten a reprint and everything. So the fact that they're stabilizing at a pretty decent price is surprising and everything. If you guys don't know what this card does, it's literally just like detach two materials from a face-up XYZ monster, draw 2 cards, which is amazing draw power if you pair it with the Junishishi, which I already just talked about, which pretty much just focuses on stacking XYZs on top of XYZs to get a whole bunch of effects. And so you have all this leftover materials that you're able to detach, most of which, if you detach from the XYZs underneath them, they have mystery attack, so it doesn't apply any attack bonuses to the monster, so pretty much it's just useless material at that point. So you can attach those with XYZ Gift, get some free draws off. I think it works pretty well. A lot of people are toying around with it, and that's why we saw this price get hiked up amazingly just for a couple days or anything. So people have been testing around with this, kind of toying around with it. I don't know if people are finding it to be working or not. I personally think it would work. I don't see why it wouldn't, having the free draw power afterwards to get into other plays. But this is a card that people have been keeping on the radar. If it goes down a little bit more, I would maybe advise you guys to pick up a copy or two, or at least replace that if you plan on playing Junishishi when it's released, because this could definitely be a card that you're going to use a staple of. And again, one printing, you're not going to be able to find this any other way. So coming in ultra rare and ultimate rare, currently looking at maybe like $7.50 for like the ultimate rares, and then around $7 for also the ultra rares. So it's not big of a price difference and everything. They're pretty limited quantities right now. You're going to have some trouble finding them. But first card is XYZ Gift. Another card that's released because of Junishishi, excuse me, or going up because of it, is MX Saber Invoker. This card works really well in tandem with like a card like Terror Top, because Terror Top, it's literally, if you guys don't know, Terror Top in this format, when we get this deck, is like literally 1 card plus like 10 or something. It's obscene, and MX Saber is one of the turning points of the combo there, one of the main pieces that you need. So again, never having a reprint, just sitting around $30. This card kind of did the same thing back when Madolche's got really hyped up. You couldn't find this card for any less than maybe like $25. So I don't see there's a reprint in sight with this card here. So if you guys pick it up, definitely a safe investment. If it miraculously gets a reprint, I have no idea where they'd even put it. So this card here, you're going to be seeing it might be going up, or it might be stabilizing at around a really high price. Again, there's not going to be a reprint for it anytime soon. So if you guys pick up your copy, it's either like now or never. So MX Saber Invoker is another copy, and it's again because of the Junishishi archetype. Another card because of Junishishis, I've got like maybe like 4 of them, is the Fire Formation Tenki and Ultimate Rares. Again, cards comes in commons and everything, it's not hard to get, but in my theory, always picking up like the high rarity cards and everything is always a safe investment, except for now, because the prices are such like fluctuating so bad. This card has actually hit over $45. A couple weeks ago it was only around 30, and that was before the Junishishis were announced. So you're not going to find this card very cheap anymore, but just for future reference, guys, if you guys want to pick up like expensive cards, it's probably like the best idea to pick up the highest rarity you possibly can, Astral Pack rarities, because they're all such really good investments, because either they're going to go up or they're going to stabilize at the price you probably purchase them at. I wouldn't look at buying these for a while, because you're not going to find a copy under like $45. They're ultimate rares. If you want to bling out your deck, this is the only way to do it. You can play super rares though, if you want to be a pleb like that. But as for any other copy of Tenki, you can find it relatively cheap. But the ultimate rares are the ones people are going to be looking for, and they're they're pretty high up in price. Last card for the Junishishi is Coach King Giant Trainer. This is part of getting you into your like plus 10 or your absurd like amount of draws. You're going to be able to create a pretty ridiculous board, and then this guy kind of just wraps it up here, getting you 3 card draws and potentially 2,400 burn damage. So this combo is ridiculous, and it works with Coach Captain Bearman, which it surprisingly hasn't gone up in price at all. I think it has a couple printings though, anyways. But Coach King Giant Trainer, only 1 printing in Number Hunters, and this card is also one of the main reasons Junishishi is going to be ridiculous going turn 1, because again, I think it's just actually literally like Terror Top gets you like your plus 10 combo. So I'm going to talk more about Terror Top later and what you guys should invest in, because Terror Top is going to be such a turning point in the game. But that's Junishishi, and that's what's kind of fluctuating with Junishishi right now. Definitely look into maybe waiting a little bit before you guys pick up things, because we're so far away. This set isn't released until like February here in the TCG, so we've got quite a while to wait. And so you guys can see kind of how the prices will maybe decline over time or something, where people will forget about it, or as they wait in anticipation, it might die down and stabilize a little bit. I would definitely hold on to your money before you guys invest in Junishishi. Moving on to other stuff, we have the Hidden City, sitting around $16 right now. I think when we last talked about it was around $10. So this card has gone up in price significantly, and excuse me, as the Spiral guy has gone up in price too, which I'll talk about next. I feel like this card is only going to go up as we have the new Subterror support released to us. I think they might do it in the same format where, as in the Spiral stuff, they released it on like the European page where people would vote to see what kind of card they want to release out of like 4 different support cards. So if they do it the same way, this card's only going to go up just because people are going to speculate it's going to be good. I still think Subterrors are probably going to be the superior archetype over Spirals. Because of the support we just had with Spirals release, it's pretty disappointing. But the first 4 cards we had with Subterrors, absolutely insane. So it's only going to get better from there. I would definitely look into picking these Hidden Cities up ASAP before these other Subterror cards get released, because it's just going to get ridiculous, and this card is so important for the archetype. As you can see, the other cards here are like ultra rares are like $3 and everything. I would look in picking up your playsets, guys, because they're only going to go up from here. Speaking of new stuff, Spiral Super Agent, sitting around $10.50 and everything. This card spiked up to around $15 as soon as they got started with releasing all the Spiral things, because people kind of speculated it'd be good. Now that we have everything kind of released to us, it's eh. And we've kind of seen it going from like $8 to $15, and now it's kind of settling at like the $10, $50, $11 range, everything, which I think is definitely fair. If you guys want to still look into investing these, I think they're going to go down a little bit from here. So I would wait a little bit longer and then just pick up your playset and keep them, because I think they got maybe like another 2 support sets coming out. And from there, things might just get ridiculous. Who knows? So, Spiral Super Agent sitting around like pretty at $11, which is a little bit more of an increase from we had before, but definitely still in the range where you guys can pick up your playset and still feel comfortable about holding on to them for a while. And he is the pinnacle of the deck too. A lot of cards are revolving around him specifically. So if this deck does become good, you're gonna need Spiral Super Agent. That's just gonna be how it goes. So I would definitely look into maybe considering picking up a playset if you can find it cheap. I'm sure you can find it cheap now because all the other support cards are released to us, and people are going to still think they're mediocre, so you got a while to go. Speaking of Spiral, I also found Machine Duplication to be really ridiculous in that archetype, because you can play it with the Quick Fix, and then it becomes like a +4, which is absolutely ridiculous. You're not going to be able to find a copy lower than $12 and everything, but I guarantee these are going to go down a little bit, because again, after this Spiral we just got released, people are going to be like kind of on the fence about it. So once these go down a little bit, I would definitely look into picking up your Machine Duplication as an ultimate rare, because this is going to be the rarity people are going to want to get. You can get it in other rarities, but those are not going to be nearly as pricey as these ultimate rares. So we're definitely looking at maybe picking up a set of these guys. One other card we have is Tin Goldfish, and Tin Goldfish has gone up a ridiculous amount of price. Like Tin Goldfish is now sitting pretty at around like $8. You won't find a cheapest copy. And then you of course have the Star Pack, which isn't that relevant. Nobody likes Star Foil rares. And then you have the DT, which is sitting almost a lot above like $17 right now. So Tin Goldfish is going to be pretty hard to find yourself a copy of for cheap. If you guys collected these way back when Hidden Arsenal 7 was released, you guys are going to be floating in money, because this card was really easy back to get back in the Hidden Arsenal set, because it was a super rare. So if you guys are holding on to Tin Goldfishes, I would probably try to drop them now, unless you plan on playing the deck, which is it's normally just heroes that are people are pairing Tin Goldfish with Bubble Man. But if you're going to play any deck that plays Bahamut Shark Tree Toad, you're going to be kind of shit out of luck to get these things, because they're so pricey. But Tin Goldfish sitting around $8.50 there, so good luck getting your copies, guys. Another card being kind of hyped up because we're getting ABCs really soon is Virginity Tsukiyomi. This card is now up to $20, and this is for the ultimate rare copy. Of course, the highest rarity you can possibly get. You can find the ultra rares and stuff a little bit cheaper here. You can find them around $10 for the mega pack version. It's still pretty pricey for a mega pack card, though. Don't get me wrong, but sitting around $20 for an ultimate rare, which is going to be the go-to copy everybody wants to get, is pretty ridiculous. If you guys happen to have hold on to these for a while, you're going to make some pretty good profit off of them. I know this card sat around $1 for the longest time before ABC was even released. So if you guys are holding on to Virginity Tsukiyomis, I would definitely recommend maybe getting rid of them, keeping yourself maybe just a copy, because that's all you're going to need to play ABC, really. So I would definitely look into selling your Virginity Tsukiyomis. That's going to be a good flip for you guys if you happen to have hold on to those. Another card, this is one of the cards that just has, oh my, this card has hit its ceiling, I think. If you guys have Maxies now, I would sell them and then pick up yourself a copy you're comfortable in playing with, especially ultimate rares. If you guys are, I'm sure you guys can see the $100 price tag here for Maxies. You're not going to find this any cheaper on eBay and everything. People are pricing on eBay the Astral packs as well as $150 on eBay for ultimates. This card has reached its absolute ceiling here. Super rares are still pricey and everything. I think the lowest we had this card was maybe around $10 for like lower rarities and everything. $8 for like super rares, I think it was. I don't think Maxie's going to hit any higher than this for lowest rarities. So if you guys have your place in a Maxie, which I'm sure you do, it's down to 2 now. You probably already have your play set. If you guys have spares and everything, I would look into selling them as soon as you could, because they're not going to go any lower than this, and are obviously in high demand if everybody's pricing them this high. As for ultimate rares, I would definitely try to flip them for this price, because somebody's going to want them for this price. Again, eBay, you're not going to find it cheaper or anything, so this is the market price, and this is what it's going to stick at. Whether or not people are going to buy for that much, who knows, but this is definitely what people are going to keep these at. But if you want to bling out your Maxies, I'm sorry, you're a little bit late on the train there. Again, this is really good because of Junishishi and everything. Junishishi, they can summon a whole bunch of times in a turn with Terror Top, so you just drop Maxie, you draw a whole bunch of cards, you force them into like stopping their turn or something. So a very powerful card moving forward, very powerful card in general, but this is now the point where it's hitting its ceiling because people are realizing the absolute power of it. Another card, just cards that have gone down a little bit recently, are cards that have been released in the legendary decks, mainly the most expensive ones being the Secret Village of the Spellcasters. As you can see, you can find the commons for maybe like $3, which is a pathetic. And then you can find the super rare copies for around like the $13 range and everything. Definitely taking like a 50% price cut from what they were before. Secret Village, I haven't seen get played in a little bit. I think maybe the Magic Spectre still play them. Not as often, I don't think, but now you can find them super cheap if you're looking to play Secret Village's Spellcasters. And another card from the set is the White Stone Agents. If you guys remember the last Market Watch video, this was sitting at around like $20 and everything. That was 2 weeks ago. Now they're sitting around $8, which is more than a 50% decrease. Commons, you can play them in common for $3, but hey. So if you guys want to play the meta decks now, now's the time to do it. Dragon Spirit of White is also superior, like really down and everything. So you can pick everything up on pretty much a budget, except the stuff that hasn't gotten reprinted, which is really not the majority of it. So you guys can find a lot of things really cheap here, and I would definitely look into picking them up if you really want to play the meta decks for the next few formats and everything. Really, before we get Invasion of Venom, these prices are going to stick around, and you guys can play the format pretty cheap. Now for cards I just think you guys should at least consider picking up. Effect Veiler being one of them. Effect Veiler in Ultimate Rare at least. And the other rarities, you're going to find it pretty cheap. It's like common, rare, and everything. You guys can find those pretty cheap. But the ones that really fluctuate in the market are the Ultimate Rares, the high rarities. And I definitely think Effect Veiler and Ultimate Rare is something you guys should definitely look into picking up. Because with these cards here, it's sitting around $40 now. That's probably what it's going to be sitting at for the next year and a half and everything. But the only thing with these cards is they can go up. And I definitely think Effect Veiler is going to become a lot more relevant with Junishishi, because if you Effect Veiler their Terror Top, you force them to stop their turn. And that is huge. So being able to stop their turn with just one card is amazing. Of course, Maxie serves the same purpose, but there's videos around where you can deck your opponent out if they drop Maxie like that. So I think Effect Veiler might be one of the more effective ways to be able to utilize a card, and I definitely think you guys should at least look into picking up Effect Veilers. It just seems really important, really useful. So Effect Veilers, I think, are going to become a little bit more relevant as we get the new cards being released to us for Junishishi and everything. Definitely would just at least consider picking up a playset if you have the money and everything, something to hold on to for the long term. And even if you don't get to play them, you can flip them for the same amount you price them at, as long as you got them at near mint. So I would definitely consider picking up your effective ailers. And one other card that I would look into is a Lullaby of Obedience. This card isn't really performing as well as players thought it would. As you can see, it's only sitting around like $10, which is an abysmal as all the hype we got with this card here. Look at the trend; it's down there. So this is one of those cards that I just feel it's gonna wait for the mirror match. That's gonna make this card absurd. And that mirror match, I definitely think is gonna be Junishishi being able to pull out your opponent's Terror Top from the deck. Oh, that's just so nice. Like, paying 2,000 life points is nothing to be able to just win the mirror match like that. So if you guys have the chance, I would definitely pick up your Lullaby of Obedience. Maybe give it another day or two, another week or something, because I guarantee this card's just going to go down more. But as soon as the card drops below, like, maybe I want to say, like if it stops at the $8 range, pick up a playset, because I guarantee this card is just going to find a format where it's absurd. And whether that's later in February when we get Junishishi, or that's relatively recently when we get another broken mirror match format, this card's going to be an expensive card. So I would definitely look into picking up a playset of Lullaby of Obedience. But yeah, that's the market watch, guys. Whole bunch of cards going crazy in the market right now. I would definitely look into picking up all your stuff at Pro Play Games. We do have a lot of the cheapest prices. So if you guys want to pick them up, you guys can check out our TCG player and everything. All the cards here, we do pretty much have every one of them in stock. So I would definitely kind of look into getting that. And yeah, guys, if you guys liked the video, be sure to like the video, thumbs up the video, how much especially you enjoyed the video. I got a promo code for the Pro Play Games website if you guys want to use that, 10% off, code NIMNIM. Man, I'm just hooking you guys up with these prices. So yeah, guys, if you guys liked the video, like it, thumbs up, how much especially that you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys next time. NIMNIM, signing out.